Peace, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. I appreciate you all for joining me on this episode 3. If you haven't listened to episode 1 or 2, make sure you go back and listen to them, okay? So in this episode, we're going to talk about protection, keeping yourself protected, your home protected, setting boundaries, and also spirit guides as well. So, keeping yourself protected, especially as a medium, is vital because you don't want unwanted or negative energies to basically cause you some type of harm, okay? Especially if you're in the midst of contacting the spirit world, because yes, there are negative or evil entities in the spirit world, absolutely. Just like it is on this living world, there are negative or evil people out here, okay? You cannot go outside and try to walk up to everyone you see and give them a hug, okay? That is not going to turn out well for you, okay? Some people are not going to respond in a positive way, all right? So, just like the spirit world. And if you're going in there on different reasons other than having a pure heart, right? Because that's the best form of protection, is having a pure heart and pure intentions and having the right mindset. Keeping negative thoughts out your head, right? If you're going in there for those specific reasons and you're going in there because you're trying to talk to your ancestors, your spirit guides, you're trying to talk to someone else's ancestors for them on their behalf, that's keeping positive mindset. That's keeping your intentions pure, So that's helping you navigate through the spirit world. And, you're going to go through and you're only going to attract positive energies. If you're going in very negative, you're going to attract negative energy, right? It's all the flow. It's all flow of life, right? And you're going in there just because you want to bother someone, or you want to go in there because you want to see if it's cool, or you have no true intentions on to reaching out, you're trying to look for something evil, then you're probably going to get something evil, right? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's simple, okay? So do not go in there looking for these negative or evil entities. Do not do that, okay? It's not going to turn out the way you think it is, all right? Because they can and will cause you harm, all right? So always keeping your pure heart, keep pure mindset, pure intentions is vital. And I think that's the best form of protection, is from within, okay? Having protection stones with you at all times, especially when you're out somewhere, you're not in your home, is always vital. If you don't want to carry around stones, you can also ask your ancestors for protection before you leave your house. Ask your ancestors for protection. That's what they're here for. They're happy to do it. Trust me. And we're going to get into ancestors and spirit guides a little later. But asking your spirit guides and ancestors for help, say, hey, I'm on a road. I'm about to leave to go somewhere. Can you please make sure I'm safe during the time of me driving? Make sure I don't get any accidents. Make sure nothing else happens to me, please. Ask them for help. Trust me, they're going to help you out. Keeping protection in your home is the same way. So those protection stones that I mentioned, keeping them in your homes is vital. I know I keep my protection stones personally in my room, because when you're sleeping, you're very vulnerable, right? And I don't want nothing coming in my room when I'm sleeping, right? Or unwanted. If it's positive or not, I don't want you coming in my home unless I say it's okay, all right? So keeping your home, especially your room, protected is vital. How I keep my home protected is I do a cleanse of negative energy of my home all the time, okay? It's impossible to keep negative energy out your home, right? Especially unless you stay in your house 24/7. If you're out somewhere and there's going to be negative energy, negative people that you are going to absorb the energy, right? You're going to absorb all that energy and you will bring it home, okay? So cleansing yourself and cleansing your home of that energy at least once a week is vital, right? It's very, very vital. Also asking your spirit guides and your ancestors for protection. Ask them for protection. Whenever you're doing your cleanse, talk to them. Reach out to them. Ask them, please keep everything in this home protected at all times. Keep all negative and evil energies away. Ask them for help. Like I said before, this is what they're here for. They're happy to do it, okay? When you're a medium and you are contacting the spirit world, other than keeping a pure heart, pure intentions, it's also good to set clear boundaries from the jump, from the gate, okay? Just like you do with people on this world, right? You have boundaries that you set with certain people. Like, you can't talk to me this way. You can't do this to me. You can't take this from me. You can't do this to me, blah, blah, blah. You have these boundaries with just people. The same thing. You have to treat the spirits the same way. You have to set clear boundaries. So when you're reaching out to the spirit world, you're talking to an entity, you're saying, you're not going to cause me harm, all right? You're not going to latch onto me. If you're doing it on someone else's behalf, right, you're going to say the same thing for them. You're going to give them the same type of boundary and protection for them, right? You're going to say you're not going to latch onto them. You're not going to cause them any harm, okay? Things of that nature, right? So keeping yourself, them protected, keeping the boundaries up is great. It's always key, okay? So let's go back to start talking about spirit guides, okay? So if you're religious, spirit guides will be guardian angels, okay? They're the same thing. So spirit guides everyone is assigned spirit guides right before you're born, okay? And they come from your past life, or they come from your ancestry background. So they're part of, some of them are part of your genetic family in a sense, right? So you guys can be connected on a soul level, or they're from your past life, which is very interesting. I recently found that out, that your spirit guides can be people that were in your life, in your past life, which is very, very interesting. I find that very interesting that now that they're here, they helped you out in your past life, living past life, right? Now that you're living on this life, they're here helping you out in the spirit world. So I think that's very beautiful. I actually like that. So asking your spirit guides for help on anything that you need is something that I recommend anybody doing, or asking your guardian angels if you're religious. That's very, very a very useful tool that you can use, okay? If you need help or anything, you need protection or something, ask for help. Like I said, this is what they're here for. They're happy to help, okay? They are happy to help. Now, being able to talk to your spirit guides and getting to know them for the first time is very, very, very difficult, okay? I know I read books and I've met some people who are able to talk to their spirit guide the first time they meditated, right? And reached out to them. They were actually able to speak to their spirit guides. That's very interesting. That's very, very good. A lot of people can't do that. I was able to speak to my spirit guides, two of my spirit guides, the second time I meditated to reach out to them, right? That's also good as well. And as a medium, I guess it's a little easier for me to reach out to my ancestors and my spirit guides. But for the regular person, it will take a long time, okay? Be patient. If you have to find some guided meditations on reaching out to them, I recommend doing that. And listen, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's not going to happen the first 5 times you do it. It might not happen the first 10 times you do it, okay? But if you stick to the path, you're going to find out, all right? Don't just give up because it doesn't happen. You have to do it every day as well. Do it every single day, Okay? 15 minutes out of your day, right after you wake up in the morning, or right before you go to sleep. Okay? Do that. Meditate. Do the guided meditation. 15 minutes every day, and sooner or later you're going to start to meet them one by one, right? And make sure after you do your meditation, you meet them, you write it down in a journal. Like I have mine written down in my journal, what they looked like, what they wore, color of their eyes, their hair, their demeanor, how they walked. I wrote everything down, okay? Getting their names, it's a whole nother journey, okay? I tell you, getting their names is a whole nother journey, all right? That is very, very difficult. They're not going to tell you their name. They might just give you some type of symbolism to help you figure it out, okay? And I think they do that to help you evolve within your spirituality, like evolve your third eye, right? It's for you to see the unseen, right? So let's just say you're meeting your spirit guide, right? And in the distance, you can hear bells ringing, or you can smell coffee brewing, something, right? That symbolism that connects them somehow with their name, okay? And you gotta trust yourself, because usually the first name that you think in your head is possibly their name, okay? Definitely, okay? It's just how it is, all right? They're not going to be upset if you don't get their names. Trust me. They're not going to be upset. They're not going to decide to say, you know what, you don't know my name? Cool. I'm not going to help you out. You ask for help, I'm not going to help you out. That's not how it is. They're happy to be in your life. They're happy to help out on anything that you need. That's what they're here for, okay? And how they look is they look a certain way in order to make you feel comfortable, right? So I know one of my spirit guides, she looks a certain way because I guess she knows that it makes me feel comfortable that she looks a certain way. She wears certain type of clothes, things of that nature. Like I don't know my spirit guides' names. Not even to this day, I don't know their names. One of my spirit guides, every time I ask her what her name is, she just looks at me and smiles. That's all she does. She doesn't she doesn't say anything. She just looks dead in my face and smiles. And I always think that maybe one day she's going to tell me, like, she's going to tell me this time I know it. And I ask her and she just does the same thing all over again. So, it's okay though. I know that she's not upset, or they're not upset that I don't know their names, okay? They're going to love you regardless. They're going to protect you regardless, all right? Reaching out to your spirit guides for help or protection on certain things is something you should do all the time, okay? Because their mission, their job is not to intervene on your life unless you ask for help. They intervene on little things on a spiritual level, but on anything that goes on in your regular life, they don't intervene on until you ask for help. So ask them for help for a lot of things you need help with, okay? I wouldn't abuse their power, because then they will feel like, you only ask them for help when you need it. You don't really reach out to them any other time. But ask for help on some things you need help on. It's okay. Showing their gratitude. Absolutely. Show their gratitude. Show them that you love them. Show them that you appreciate them. Even on days that they don't help you, reach out to them and say thank you. Just say a little prayer to them and say thank you. They definitely appreciate it. It makes them want to help you more, and makes them want to always be there for you. I want to go back to the protection thing that I said earlier. To setting boundaries thing I said earlier. So when I say that to set a boundary with a spirit that they will not latch onto you, that is a true statement. Like a spirit will latch onto you because they want to feel something, right? Every every emotion or anything that you feel, they would take it and suck it right out of you, right? I actually seen an entity latched onto someone, and that entity was probably there on this guy for years, right? Because it was just the weirdest thing I've never seen all my life. All my life is having these abilities. I've never seen something like that before, okay? And it was something that has been on this guy for a long time. So anything that was happening to him in his life, it was absorbing it and stealing it from him. So any joy that he had, happiness, sadness, it was just taking it from him, right? That's what they do. They want to feel like they are alive or living again, right? So keep your boundaries up, keep yourself protected, keep yourself cleansed. Everything's going to be all good. Ask your spirit guides for help. That's what they do. That's what they're here for. They're happy to do it, okay? I think that's it for today. Thank you all for joining my podcast. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Peace.